We are recording this time. Why is
Yes.
it? It looks different now.
Can you get any closer? What? The sun?
No, that just the recording thing. I don't know.
Oh, because you're in a different app.
Am I supposed to be using a different app?
I don't know. All right. Here's what we're looking at today. The Milwaukee M18, or excuse me, M12, not M18, M12 um, Surge quarter-inch hex hydraulic driver is how they name it. This right here is my favorite little tool. I've had the Milwaukee Impact driver since go, and when they came out with the Surge, the hydraulic Surge, I was like, I've got to see what this is about, and I instantly got rid of my other one, unfortunately. Sorry about the background noise. We don't get a lot of time. We're always on the job. We're using these tools each and every day. We're not YouTubers. We're just doing our best to give y'all decent content. So sorry about the neighbor mode is loud. Can't help it. We got to get stuff done. Uh, I just want to show y'all how cool this tool is. So I'm gonna come on in here. It's got a 1,
Go up. Yeah.
a 2, a 3, and then I call this tap tap drive. I think we looked into it, and it says something about the metal. It's a metal function, but I use it rarely, honestly. Once you get used to using a drill, I think you should be able to feather technique your finger enough. But sometimes it does call for different amounts of power. Like 1 and 2, I would use on setting a door or something like that, especially a 1 with door hardware. But 3 is pretty much what I'm always on. The tap tap drive is kind of nice though. It to me like helps layman's perspective. I'm sure some Milwaukee engineer can correct me, but to me, what tap tap drive does, let me get away from the sun so I can see what's going on, is I'm gonna just pull full trigger. Pull full trigger again. To me, it adjusts the power in which it's sending the screw in, and then it stops it flush with the material. It to me kind of reads the resistance it's getting from the material it's driving into and stops when it gets the most amount of resistance, which is where the head's sunk in. Um, it's a pretty sweet feature. I'm sure there's a great use for it. As an interior carpenter, I don't use it a lot, but it's pretty nice. So I'm going to show you the different drill styles. So that was the tap tap drive. This is with it on 1. I'm just going to pull full trigger, nice and slow and easy. Like I said, when you're when you're drilling a brass screw or something soft, 1's probably a good way to go when you're trying to be delicate. You can step it up, and when guys first use this tool, I tell them to use it on 2, especially if they're new to drills. That way they can kind of get a feel for it. 2 will drive just fine. It did stop once I got past flush, once I had a nice little dimple in there. 3, on the other hand, and this is just some common material. This is just some spruce from the lumber yard. It's nothing fancy like pine or any hardwood, but it doesn't matter what it is, and it doesn't matter what the screw is. We've driven on a job, we drove a bunch of 8-inch Simpson LVL lag screws into LVLs an entire day, and the thing kept up. We just had to keep changing the battery. I mean, this drill's a beast. It'll do what you want.
We did that one in that pergola in Sea Pines too, with those really long. Remember?
Oh, the one that we had to fix?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drove all those those are like 10-inch screws.
Yeah, those were 10-inch. That was those things were beasts. And this drill, I have not had anything stop this drill yet. We've drilled the redhead style screws into concrete. Nothing stops this drill. I'm telling you, put it on 3, it'll go through whatever.
And you can fit it in your pocket.
Exactly, and that's what's great about it too. It's light. Coop a lot of times will keep his hammer hook on him and slide it in his hammer hook. With this battery on, with the CP style battery, not the XC or that big brick style, you do get more power with the big brick style. We've got a separate video on batteries I won't get into, but with this one on, it's nice and light and fit in the hammer hook. But when it's on 3, it'll drive until it can't find the screw anymore. Nothing stops it at 3. It's an incredible drill. Again, I know you can comment that this is soft material, and it is. And these are drywall screws, and they drive pretty decently. But 3 does a great job. The best part about it, too, is you see it's pretty beat up here. And that's just the way it gets used. It does let you get nice and tight in areas, too. The old style had a little bit more of a nozzle on it, a little bit more of a nose. But now that it's nice and compact and you're right here at the base, it works fantastically. You got your standard, reverse, and forward. Coop took an earth magnet and epoxied a screw setup on there and was able to screw an earth magnet in. That's my one knock on it, is once you get rid of a bit, you don't have anywhere for it.
They make, you got two, what is it, two set for 20 bucks you can buy, we saw?
Yeah,
Anchor?
but it seemed pretty bulky to me. I like how trim and small this is. I'll probably end up eventually one day putting that earth magnet on. Unfortunately, I'm using my free time right now to shoot videos while my neighbors mow their lawns. Um, so once I get some free time, maybe some dollars from YouTube, who knows, I'll get that magnet and put it on there. But these are the tools we use. These are the reviews we're going to be doing. We hope you like them. This drill's about I would say 2-3 years old right now. It's worst injury that it's had. I dropped it off of a roof. I was about 45 foot in the air. I told it I loved it very much on the way down and that I was hoping that it would be okay, and picked it up and it was just fine. The battery had blown out of it. The battery was fine. The tool was fine. This little guy has taken a lot of abuse and it's done really well with it. I don't think I'd ever own another drill other than this. I don't know how you honestly get better than this drill right here.
I want to see if they try and get better.
They do. Oh my gosh. What is that going to be?
Right?
All right. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.